So Spooky, are you here? Oh, hey, Sir Memphis. How's it going? I've simply been preparing ourselves for the gym. How is Steve doing? Well, the nurse did say that he's stable now. And I'm really glad that we found a nurse that actually, knows what they're doing here. Butter! Yeah, so Steve, got hurt pretty bad, but he's recovering now. Very much an excellent news, Sir Spooky. Excellent news. I'm glad to hear it. For though we had many problems with Steve before, I do not wish him any harm now. For he is now a staunch ally against our foes. Now, I must go and collect Sir Alta. I shall be back, and I shall meet you at the gym. Alright, sounds good, Sir Memphis. I'll see you there. Sir Alta, are you prepared for the gym battle now? They put a flame orb on my boy, Sir Memphis. They put a flame orb on Steve to try and silence him. And I gotta be ready to take on this gym and show them they can't mess with my friends. I'm still not sure how you turned Steve and your friend all of a sudden, but regardless. I understand your fervor, Sir Alta, but now is not the time for words, it is the time for action. Sir Spooky is waiting for us at the gym. Are you prepared? I'm prepared. Let us go then! It is time for battle! Yes, hello, brand YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis Accelerate Alta. Welcome you back to our Pokémon Uranium Nuzlocke adventure. Today is the penultimate day for us to face off against the 8th gym battle. As always, we have grinded our Pokemon. Everyone's level 58. The level cap is 60. So this way we be able to get some XP from any gym trainers. And also just gives us some more room for, challenge and all that good stuff. Not that we need it, considering this is going to be the hardest gym in the entire region. And we got to have our A game set to maximum. Very good, Sir Alta. You are in the correct mindset. Today, good fellows, we shall destroy this lowly gym and conquer the ninja village in the name of Spooky Memphis. Why are we doing it in my name? I don't want anything to do with these ninjas, though. Sir Spooky, you are already in charge of the surfing ninjas. Therefore, you will be in charge of all ninjas soon. Let us go forth and collect our prize. Let's do this, boys.
I can't believe I actually have to resort to using the fire gym. This is ridiculous. That dragon gym later. Complete wash up. I will never trust an old man again. You two better pull your weight and you better do the job I pay you for.
Oh, do not worry, sir. Me and my wife shall defeat all trainers who enter our gym. That is right, dear husband. We shall defeat all challenges to our gym with our ninja Pokemon style. That is correct, wife. We will do this with great ninja ease.
Again, the whole company talks exactly the same. It's kind of weird, and I'm just gonna get the heck out of here. Just shut up, get the job done. I'm gonna go get myself some nachos, okay? Don't screw this up for me.
Alright, here we are in the gym, and something about... what's the story here? Yeah, we've made it to the final gym. And this place is a shrine to the two gods of this realm. There are no gods except for the god above. Therefore, this is a place of pure heresy, and it must be burnt to the ground. Alright, let's hold off on that. And, yeah, we have to do a floor puzzle or something. Apparently, we need to bring balance to the floor, which is predominantly pretty easy to do, apparently, to do. So, yes, so Alta, destroy this gym in the name of the Killer Kingdom. I will do just that. It's time to smite all of these dang ninjas and kick them in the tushy. Alright, time to start laying these dudes out flat. We got our boy Shadowfire out front. I'm gonna Mega Evolve him and just have him start smacking Pokemon around. Alright, Alter, just be careful not to only use Shadowfire. If he goes above level 60, we won't be able to use him for the gym leader. Don't worry, Spooky. I fully intend to switch up my Pokemon between fights so that everyone gets some action. For now, Flame Impact over and over again with Shadowfire so that he can annihilate this little birdie. It was a pathetic little bird. Ours is bigger. But now what we'll use here. And also, did you forget to go to the Pokemon Center before we could battle the gym? That is a foolish thing to do. I'm not gonna lie, boys. I'm being a little emotional with that. I didn't want to see Steve right before the fight. I don't know if I would have the energy or the conviction after doing that. So, Alta, that's a ridiculous thing to say. Of course, seeing the near-lifeless body of your compatriot would have brought you strength immediately back to the Pokemon Center with you to heal our Pokemon. We cannot do this with our Pokemon at less than ideal strengths. Of course, now that we're going back to the Pokemon Center, there are some things I'd like to bring up to you, gentlemen. Yeah. What would that be, Sir Memphis? Whilst I was watching Sir Alta train, I also decided to do some training of mine own of our Pokemon. If you will take a look at Lady Harmy here, she has learned a new move. She now knows the Seed Bomb technique, which I was planning originally to teach her the Leaf Blade, as we've talked about before, for I did find a heart scale. However, the person back at Venessi City, who would have taught us Leaf Blade, refused to do it for us. And I was going to strangle the life out of him, but, you know, I was convinced by that portly mover learner to do other things instead. Alright, well, you know, Seed Bomb's not bad. It's certainly less recoil damage than freaking Woodhammer was gonna do, so nothing wrong with it. Indeed, indeed. And now, of course, we must battle more of these lowly gym trainers. I mean, these puzzles aren't really that difficult if we gotta be honest with ourselves. So really, right now, the most important thing is going to be for you to keep training our Pokemon. I will do just that, Spooky. But as we're doing this, maybe we should also talk about the comment question today. Seeing as we didn't really talk about it yet, and, you know, we're getting close to the end of this whole adventure, so we should do that. Indeed, and this time, we'll remember to actually put up the poll from last time. So, for last week's comment question, as we asked the people at home, we asked them how they liked the vengeance. Whether they liked it hot or cold, or as Spooky likes it, to be peaceful, as if that was going to win. Sir Spooky, what was the result of that poll? Well, the thing about that, Sir Memphis, do not worry, Sir Spooky. I am well aware that your answer was not successful, for, of course, noble knights know that vengeance must be served. So you can tell me the truth, it's not a big deal. Alright, well, we got 18 votes on the poll, and it actually got a little close towards the end. But with 50% of the vote, Bacon won. What? Freaking Bacon, what the heck? What does that have to do with vengeance? It doesn't have anything to do with vengeance, that's the thing. Why on earth is Bacon a choice? I don't know. I think that's something that Memphis wanted to do just to have a fourth option, I guess, but it's still kind of weird. And yeah, that's pretty weird. I would also like to point out that Peace did get a vote, but nobody likes their vengeance best served cold, apparently. I mean, yeah, here's my thought about it. You know, if you do want to be vengeful, as much as I don't agree with that, it's best to get it over with than to let it fester for years and years or something, because it's just not a good feeling to have. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't bring satisfaction, you know, so better to get it done with and out of the way. Indeed, I agree with Sir Spooky here, for I do believe that one must strike while the iron is hot, and that is how vengeance should be, although the fact that Bacon somehow managed to defeat vengeance still rankles me a bit. But regardless of this, you need to be careful with Shadow Fire here, Sir Alta, for this bird is going to do quite a bit of damage. It's all good. Shadow Fire can destroy this dang bird. We've fought it way too many times to lose to it now. Alright, well, now that I've leveled up Shadow Fire, I'm going to go ahead and switch Josephine out front to hopefully get her a level. Are there anything we can think about for a comment question for today's adventure? I think it is Spooky's turn for that sort of thing. Alright, okay, I have an idea. So, you know how we're doing, like, the floor puzzle right now? And, like, that's a thing in a lot of gyms, to just have floor puzzles, right? Yeah. Well, what if, for the comment question we asked people, what their opinion would be on gyms having more gimmicks to them? Like, I don't know, like, with this gym being a double battle, would they like more double battles, or, I don't know, whether there's triple battles, or some other sort of, you know, different styles of battles, maybe weather conditions during the gym battles, kind of like with the 7th gym, you know, something like that. Okay, I can see it, a little bit of, you know, variety. This is what we're basically asking. Indeed, that would be an interesting question to ask. However, unfortunately, it seems that Lady Josephine will have to be switched already. It does not bode quite well for the battles ahead that she is taking so much damage in this gym. No, it's not ideal at all. Well, unfortunately, that's just how it goes on occasion. So I'm going to send in Carabano and see if we can destroy this mother flipping fish. Yeah, so everyone at home, comment in the comments what your thought is on having gyms with more, you know, different gimmicks and things. Speaking of, I was watching the Pokepod earlier. Did you know that Mega Victory Bell just got revealed? It's certainly something. It's certainly something. It looks like some sort of giant bag. That's all I can really say about it. It's just a giant bag creature. It's neither good nor bad, in my opinion. I think it's actually kind of whimsical in its own way. You know, because Victory Bell itself is a pretty intimidating Pokemon. So, you know, what were they going to do? Make it more intimidating? I mean, they could have tried. I'm just saying. I would have liked it if Victory Bell had, like, foot-long fangs and it was on fire or something. I don't know. So, while it is true that Lady Josephine's techniques lead to many more critical strikes, the base damage when it doesn't do so is quite low. My thought has been, with the heart scale, perhaps we could teach Our Lady Josephine the air slash technique that she once was going to learn. Perhaps that would serve her better in the future. I can see that working better in the future. You know, considering this is going to be like the last double battle we ever have to worry about. So, we could definitely think about doing that next time we're in Vanessa City. Just right now, I really need Air Cutter, because it hits multiple Pokemon, and I really need that for the next fight. Very good, very good. But what will you do against this creature? I think Hermie will do just fine. It still thinks Hermie doesn't know Earthquake. It would have been really great if she did. But unfortunately... Okay, that did an insufferable amount of damage. Why did that do so much damage? Apparently, Lady Hermie has another weakness that we were not aware of. I mean, ground and grass. You'd think she'd resist fire a little bit, but apparently not. Well, regardless, Carbarella could always use some XP, because, you know, she's our girl. So I'm going to go ahead for one Dragon Dance, and then start laying into this thing with Aqua Tail. Will Aqua Tail even do much damage to this creature? It is both water and fire, after all. Hopefully, but now that Carbarella is burnt, she's only going to get like 1, maybe 2 hits at the most in. We got to be careful with our girl this close to the end. This is true. If any of our Pokemon were to fall this late in our adventure, it would be a complete disaster. I still remember all of that training we had to do with Carabano in order to have it join the party. If anyone else knew do that, would be a disaster. Yeah, and unfortunately this dang revolver fish is proving to be more trouble than it's really worth. So I'm going to have to send in Carabano now. Goodness, this Pokemon's actually a lot stronger than it looks. And it already looked pretty strong considering it has a gun for a hand. So hopefully Carabano can beat this Pokemon. He has Thunderbolt. Carabano can do this. Why do you insist on calling Carabano a him? Carabano is a female Pokemon. It doesn't really matter that much. It might matter to Carbano, you never know. Have you asked her before? No. Well, perhaps you should, you layabout. Quick, put all the citrus berries on our Pokemon. They need to be healed for the next gym trainer. That actually was really scary with that Pokemon. I hope that the gym leaders don't have one of that. Otherwise, that could be really, really bad. Not gonna lie, Spooky, that would be exceptionally bad. But it's fire type, so funnily enough, Mega Shadow Fire would be able to do some damage to it with an Earthquake. We just gotta be careful about it. Now the door hath opened. Should we simply battle another trainer so that Hammy could potentially level up here? I think that's probably the best case, my man. We need to have everybody's tip-top shape. So one last battle for the road. Alright, so they sent in Aromatisse, which is a fairy psychic Pokemon. Alright, well let's see how this thing likes like good old-fashioned crab hammering. Apparently it handled it quite well, actually. Perhaps you should try the new Seed Bomb technique. I don't think Seed Bomb does more damage, but it does have stab here, so yeah, I think a couple Seed Bombs should stop it, so long as Harvey doesn't stop herself. Confound this Pokemon and its tricky techniques. Harvey, stop hitting yourself. Hit the enemy. It's right there, it's pink. Just hit it really hard. Thank you, Lady Harmon. Alright, one Pokemon down. And then, how many more Pokemon left? I believe he's got 2 left. So I'm going to have Hermie drop a dig on this thing. And that should be enough to take it out. Possibly, maybe. Yeah, it should do a lot of damage. I remember correctly, I used Earth against this Pokemon, and it works really well. Alrighty. Well, I'll go ahead and dispense with that, though. And I'm going to hit with a Crab Hammer to finish off. No need for this thing to set up anymore. Very good, you are in tip-top shape, Sir Alter, for this final battle. Now you must face the Miss Magius Pokemon, this evil witch. How will you defeat it? That's a good question, because it's definitely got Levitate on it. So I'm thinking... I'm either going to switch, or I'm going to just try a Crab Hammer. Alright, well thankfully Shadow Ball didn't do too much damage. But Hermie should... Yeah, you've got this, Alter. I think you're prepared for the final gym fight fully now. Well, let's say that for a bit longer though, Spooky. Unfortunately, Hermie missed, so now I'm going to have to switch into somebody. I think Carparella, because she's like really close to leveling up, so why the heck not? I think that'll be the best bet. This Pokemon wishes us to bear a grudge. I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad. Yeah, Grudge basically will take away our Pokemon strength if we defeat that Pokemon. And now it's using stones upon us. Carparella better destroy this Pokemon now. Well, thankfully she did. So now we can go ahead and heal our Pokemon one more time. And that should be time for the gym leader. Are you ready, Alter? Ready as I will ever be. Alrighty, boys, it's time to get ready for the final gym lead. Did the floor change while we were gone? I wasn't really paying attention, don't worry about it. Right, well, regardless, if memory serves, this is going to be a double fight. So I'm going to go ahead and give Hermie a Citrus Berry for good luck. But I'm going to go ahead and switch Shadow Fire, and I'm going to go put Josephine up front. The idea being we double battle this thing. Shadow Fire spams Earthquake, Josephine spams Air Cutter. We're all good. Sounds good? Sounds like a plan, I suppose. Let's see how it goes.
Welcome, challenger. I am a Princess Hinata of Kranosuke, and I am a Prince Kaito of Kramnami. We are leaders of Ninja Gym.
Why do you two sound exactly alike?
Do not worry about it. We are also waifu and husbando. We are the leaders of Ninja Village for 100 years. It is very good.
I am quite horrified, to be honest. Let me guess, you two were hired by a mysterious entity to take us down, weren't you?
Indeed, the mysterious force who promised us money and protection of Tsukinami Village from pirates if we destroy all of you.
You know that he's in charge of the pirates, right?
That is something we suspected, which is why we are prepared to double-cross him later. That is a brilliant plan, husbando. Thank you, my wife.
Okay, you guys need to shut the hell up. We are here for our double battle. It's you two versus me and Spooky. Wait, what? This is excellent, Sir Spooky. You never got to have a third gym. Now you can have your opportunity here. Go ahead and double battle these fools.
Actually, that is not what's going to happen.
Well, what do you mean?
You will battle me and my wife one by one, and then we'll decide who is winner.
Wait, why not just have a double battle? We're all prepared for it.
Because we don't want to.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a little disappointing, but I guess if you want to take one of them and I can take the other altar, we could try that. Sounds like a plan, Spooky. Let's kick their butts. Alright, Spooky, I'm gonna take down this little lady. I want you to take down the big boy. Alright, Alter, I'll give it my best shot, but you need to be careful. These are gonna be the strongest trainers we fought thus far. Yeah, but I've got a mega evolving giant dragon that can spam Earthquake. That will be a potent stratagem indeed, Alter. You must defeat this creature quickly, though. It looks quite potent. It might be potent, but my boy's more potent. Earthquake on a one-shot this Flareon. Alright, it did indeed one-hit the Flareon. Alright, and now he's got Coat Lift. Alright, Coat Lift. Let me think. It's like grass and fire, right? That would be correct, Alter. That would be correct. You need to be careful. It is a potent Pokemon. And it's using nasty plots to boost its special attack. That means it's trying to hit you with something really strong. True that, but 2 hits will take this thing out. Well, not quite, Alter. They've used a max potion. What a coward. Who does that?
I am using ancient ninja techniques.
Alright, well, your ancient ninja techniques kind of blow, so I'm just going to keep flamethrowing your chicken and roast it real extra nice. Plus, you're out of max potions at this. How many of these things do you have, woman?
I have as many as I wish to have.
That's some BS and you know it, lady. Alright, well, now it's time the sun is gone, so hopefully Shadowfire can one-shot this thing from here. Well, it did take a while, but you managed to beat Coatlith, so that's good. Very good indeed, and is that Chellin? Isn't that the Pokemon we almost used and never did? That it is, actually. That is, in fact, the guy that we could have had, but we never did because it just didn't turn out that way. So I'm going to go ahead and Flame Impact this son of a gun and see how much damage it does. Alright, well, it did a good amount of damage. We just need to make sure that we take it out, like, now. What on earth is solar power do? Never gonna find out, Sir Memphis. Never gonna find out. Shadowfire just too powerful for this lowly gym.
You are about to face the power of Oceus.
Oh, great. This must be our Mega Pokemon. I'm gonna flamethrow this son of a gun. Be careful, Alter. This could be bad. It's a cherry tree! Yes, it is. It's also a flaming, burning to death cherry tree. Alright. Well, that wasn't so bad at all. Now, we have to defeat the next guy, and we're not allowed to... Wait, we can't heal or nothing?
No, you're not allowed to train or do anything else at all. You will face me in battle.
Alright, it's my turn, Alter. Hand me the balls. Here you go, Spooky. Here's some balls for you. Take the balls, Spooky! Right, anyway, I see what I did wrong there. Anyway, so now we're up against Umbreon. I'm gonna go and send in Carbano. I'll save Shadowfire for later if I happen to need him. I want to make sure all my other Pokemon get some battling in here. Plus, being that it's dark, Fairy-type Pokemon are strong against it. It's a solid stratagem there! But what will you do next? I feel Drain Punch with Life Orb should take out Umbreon in one hit. Okay, well, it looks like it's going to be a 2-hit, actually. But that was still a pretty dang huge hit, my man. Thanks, Alter. Actually, now I think about it, he's probably going to also use Mega Potions, isn't he? Yeah, he's using the Maxi Potions. Okay, I can make this work. If I keep reducing his health down very low, his ancient ninja techniques will have him use the max potions over and over again.
Cousins, how did you know how my ancient ninja technique works?
Sir, all you're doing is throwing max potions at your Pokemon when they're in the red. That's not really an ancient technique at all.
You dare insult my ancient ninja ancestors and their ancient techniques.
Exactly how ancient are these techniques again?
Ancient indeed.
Right, anyway, so Carabano is going to go ahead and keep wasting all the max potions here. And I'm thinking of, I think that's the last one, right? He used 3. That would be correct, Sir Spooky. He has out of them. What will you do now? Well, I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking Thunderbolt now. Apparently he's going to switch his Pokemon here into Luchabra. It's a powerful Pokemon in and of its own right. What will you do against that? Well, let me think about that. He's probably going to use a Poison-type technique against Carabano. So I'm thinking I'll send in Lady Josephine and have her take care of this Pokemon. Because if I remember right, this is a fighting poison Pokemon or something. That would be correct, but the Mach Punch will do quite a bit of damage here. Yeah, unfortunately, Josephine will only be able to hit this Pokemon, I think, once. I could try twice, but that's a big risk. Do it, Spooky. It's the final gym battle. You can do it. Do not do it, Sir Spooky. He just wants you to lose a Pokemon. It's Lady Josephine. I think that she can do it. Sir Spooky, please. Okay, you were right, Sir Spooky. I was wrong to doubt you. Josephine hath destroyed yet another Pokemon here. Alright, so far so good. Now he's sending Villacard. I'm trying to remember what type of Pokemon Villacard is. It's like a poison type? Or something? So maybe you should send in Shadowfire back now. I suppose that's... Well, what if it's a flying type, too? I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying it, Spooky. Yeah, I think that I'll try Shadowfire, Mega Evolve, and use its Earthquake. That was quite a bit of damage. Are we sure that Shadowfire will be alright here? There's only one way to find out. So I'm going to go ahead and have Shadowfire Mega Evolve, and then use Earthquake on this Pokemon, and hopefully that will do... maybe not one shot hitting it, but at least enough damage to make it comfortable. It was quite the one-shot wonder there! Alright, now Umbreon's back out, but it's weak, so one Flame Impact will take it out. And it's already time for their final Pokemon. Do it, Spooky! It's time for our moment of glory! He's got an Arbok! Holy shit, we get to see Mega Arbok in this? This is great. Alright, well, one thing to be worried about is it used Intimidate. So, I'm a little worried about this, and I think I maybe should switch Pokemon. Yeah, I think that's probably the smartest thing to do in this. So I'm going to switch in Carparella against this Arbok here, because it's going to reset the stat loss that Shadowfire took, as well as intimidating Arbok, which should hopefully be useful here. That's a sound strategy, my friend! But now they're using the coil technique to raise their strengths. Alright, well that's not necessarily good. I think I can still make this work. So... This is a tricky situation. Normally I'd have Carparella do something here, but because the sun is up, I'm going to have to switch Shadowfire back in and try to use Earthquake again. Alright, we'll see how this is going to go. That was a critical hit, and it poisoned Shadowfire! Oh no! Spooky, what are you going to do? This isn't good, guys. This is really bad, actually. So no matter what I send in, someone's gonna die, I think. Say it's not so, Sir Spooky! Say it's not so! Are you going to risk Shadow Fire for this? I don't know if I have a choice, Alter. I could either lose one Pokemon or lose two. So I'm just gonna have to hope that Shadow Fire either gets a critical hit or does enough damage that we can do this. I'm really sorry. I wish there was another way to do this. But this Pokemon's powered itself up. Why not send Carparella back in again to weaken its strength once more? I'll try it, but I just don't see this working that well. No matter what we do, if we send in a Pokemon, it's going to get hit really bad by this Pokemon. And that's just not going to allow us to do a lot of damage. Alright, but now the sun's gone. Go ahead and Dragon Dance once, and then start hitting it with Aqua Tail. This thing's like part ground or something. It's gotta be, right? I mean, it could be from the Mega Evolution, but we'll have to see. For now, I'll have Carparella try this. Alright. Fingers crossed, my good friends. Fingers crossed. Believe in King Karibo. Alright. Carparella. Carparella, please hit. Carparella, you are a mighty dragon. Slay this beast. Woo! Holy shit, that was a close fight. Spooky, you almost sacrificed Shadow Fire for that. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I really didn't see another way at the time. Because of the sunlight, I didn't believe in Carparella, but she was able to come out on top regardless. And now we've defeated the final gym leader.
Oh, I cannot believe we were defeated. How did you even manage to do that?
I mean, to be fair, dude, your wife or whatever is pretty freaking weak of trainer. So, honestly, it's the only reason that this battle lasts as long as it did is because you guys have, like, all these max potions. Like a bunch of cowards that you are.
I do not believe that you are a good person. You mock our ancient ninja tradition.
Again, how ancient are your ancient ninja traditions if you use surfing ninjas?
Shut up.
And thus we have earned the Zen Badge. With that, all Pokemon will obey us, and we learn the Solar Beam technique, which we will likely never use, but it is nice to have this. We also received the Taunt TM, which we're also probably never going to use. And it's funny that, well, they didn't really use these techniques in a battle. But, whatever. I almost forgot to heal Shadow Fire there. I'm just going to give him a Lumberry. Look at our brave warriors! They took quite a beating, honestly. Yeah, everyone fought hard for this last gym fight. And I'm really proud of everybody, so I'm going to heal everybody before we leave in the off chance that Theo wants a fight after this gym battle. And then I guess it's time to start grinding for the Elite Four, right? Well, again, Spooky, there's no Elite Four in this round. There's like an end tournament thing. But yeah, it's going to be finally time for us to grind for the end tournament. And thus, we are victorious. Wait. Oh, Professor Bamboo's calling. Yeah, Professor Bamboo, we did actually manage to defeat the gym. It was pretty daunting, but we did actually manage to do it, so thank you, sir. Yeah, we need to get to the championship now. Very good indeed. It is time for us to venture forth, and yes, we apparently the professor's trying to cure Nick to the Pokemon we don't really care about that too much. That's for the people to decide after we've conquered the region. For now, we are prepared to destroy our last... What on earth is going on here? I don't know, but it sounds like something's going on. Who are these people? There's a potential threat. We're evacuating everyone to a safe house for the time being. Please come with us. What on earth is going on? This nuclear power plant's under attack again. Well, wait, how could that be if Steve is comatose, he can't possibly be doing this. I guess that our mysterious enemy is doing things on their own now. So we gotta get going, guys. We gotta get going. A perfect opportunity for us to grind, boys. Let's get going.
Catch 'em all! Gotta catch 'em all!